What is good, YouTube? It's your boy, Base. And let's jump right into this Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer reveal trailer. As the game looks good. Now right here, he switched to a shotgun. I don't know if they're back to secondary, so you can hold two primary weapons. Now with this shotgun, it is the new energy-based weapon, as he is just destroying the team. And now grenades will be shot from your forearm, no longer thrown in the new Call of Duty. As his exoskeleton, it scanned the room for enemies, so this is not a kill streak, this is a perk within the exoskeleton. As we get another look at how grenades are thrown. Right here we have some sniper gameplay to see what the snipers shoot like. Has a little trail in them. This floating shot. And we get the first look at cloaking. Now we've seen cloaking in Titanfall already. Don't know how this will work. I want to know what kill streak that is walking. As he's about to pull out the new iPad, the iPad 13, whatever. This is the new kill streak. Some type of Predator missile or cluster missile, whatever that is. This is the San Francisco board with the so-called evolution of the tsunami. Right here we see what dashing looks like when you're shooting somebody. It doesn't look too strong. Right here, I believe there's no more knifing in the game. Now you have a nice stiff left uppercut. Right here, this is some type of tracker sight, or yeah, it's just some type of tracker sight that's in the game. Will it be overpowered? I do not know. This is the shield that comes with the exosuit. As you saw, the tracker sight. Clap it up. Soldiers can now swim. As this is the new energy weapon right here. Energy assault rifle, I believe. This is the prison board. Making its way back. Has some basketball courts. Knocked him through the window. Right here, as he gets a nice quick headshot with a dash to catch the other character. You can see that the movement in this game is pretty fast. It's fluent in the trailer. I don't know if it will be fluent when you're playing it because the people probably know the map, but they're showing how fluid it can be if you know how to use it. Right here, this is some type of SMG that is just destroying people. Right here, this is a player joining somebody else's kill streak. So now kill streaks can be co-op, and I think one shoots rounds and the other one shoots like rockets or something. Like a 50 cal round or something like that. And then next I will go over what they talked about in the actual reveal as far as classes and perks and equipment and everything. So the video is not over. Stay tuned. I got more to come. Now the exoskeleton is the primary focus of this Call of Duty game. You can definitely customize it. It has 4 abilities. It has the boost jump, the boost slide, the boost dash, which can be done in the air and on ground, and the boost slam, which can be done in the air only. Now the exoskeleton has perks and abilities. You can use perks to enhance the batteries of it. As far as the abilities that you're able to use, as you can see, he did a boost jump and then did a melee attack. You can do jumping shots. You can shoot while boosting. You can shoot while dashing and sliding. All that is fair game. Now with the boost dash, as they were explaining it in the multiplayer reveal, it has free movement. You can dash forward, you can dash back, left, right. You can do all this while in the air as well, and while shooting. With the slide, it's basically the same slide as in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, from what I just saw, he slid and he did a boost jump. So you can slide and do a boost jump. You can slide, do a boost jump, and then do a boost slam. As you can see right here, it does kill enemies. Now, the exoskeleton, you can customize it. You can put the various camos that they have. You can change breastplates. You can change helmets, glasses, everything. I'll show that a little bit later in the video. But as far as the camos on the exoskeleton, they did bring back the gold camo, so your player can run around completely blinged out or flossing or whatever you want to call it in your exoskeleton. As far as the movement, I want to know you know, about the service. That's the main focus for me, is how is the game going to play. It's cool to have all this stuff in here, but will it take away from the gameplay? Will it take away from the experience? Will you just get caught up in the hype? Like what happened with Titanfall, you got caught up with the hype and then it kind of died pretty quickly. But the exoskeletons, they do have certain abilities that come with them. I'm talking about it right now. The exo shield, a quick deploy shield attached to your exo arm. Basically, it's a shield. Your exo overclock, increased foot speed. Exo stem, temporary generate health beyond normal levels. Exo cloak, visually conceal yourself for a short duration. Then you have exo hover, which I'm presuming that will allow you to stay in the air longer. Exo ping, what we saw in the beginning of the video when you came into the room and did some type of ping and showed people that were in the room. Exo trophy system, he said that it can stop up to 2 grenades thrown by the enemy. And now we can take a look at certain abilities, and they do have a charge. And this is what I was talking about. Certain perks allow you to keep your battery a little bit longer on whatever it is that you're having to do, whether it's the shield, it's the hover, it's the trophy system, it's the ping, it's you have more health, which is basically Juggernaut, if you want to call it that. That's something that, you know, I really didn't consider. The Juggernaut is back. But it's in the form of the exosuit or whatever the case is. That's ping right there. Now you have your exo perks. So you have exo abilities, you have exo perks. You have exo overcharge, as you can see on the screen. I guess it just allows your battery just to stay charged a little bit longer. And I guess that's something to think about. We all know, since we played Call of Duty, probably since COD 4, there's certain primary perks that everybody puts on that you need in order to, you know, basically be up to par with everybody else that's playing the game. And I think overcharge would be an exo perk that everybody will put on, everybody will want to keep all of their abilities a little bit longer. Now the supply drops are basically Advanced Warfare's equivalent to the Battlefield franchise's battle packs. You can earn this in-game and out-of-game by doing certain challenges. Moving on to the custom weapons, it's good that they added more in-depth, more control over what happens. They said that with each weapon, I'm going to just start with the BAL-27, the assault rifle. Right now you can see 3 different versions of it: the Vulture, the Assaulter, and the Marksman. Being able to have a gun that has multiple versions, and there's more. This is just what's on the screen now, but being able to have, you know, that variety of a certain gun, because I might want to see how a gun plays, you know, having more handling, having more damage, having a more fire rate, having more range, having more mobility. Having that on the gun allows you to be, you know, more free with your weapon that you want to use. It gives the game a little bit more longevity rather than just having this stock weapon where you can put a silencer on it, or a triple burst, or grip, or deeper impact. That right there is something that, you know, is back in 2004, 2006. We've moved on to a new age of what's happening with what we can customize. Now, we all know the basic weapon classes: SMGs, shotguns, sniper rifles, LMGs, assault rifles. But in this game, as I said before, you have the energy weapons. Certain weapons that you can shoot, you don't even have to reload. They just have a cooldown rate. I think that's something good to have in the game, maybe to mix it up a little bit. Now, moving on to the character gear, I'm happy that you can change your gloves and your visors and your footwear and your breastplates and what they look like, and certain camos: gold, pink, caustic, blue tiger, whatever the case is. Reinforcements is basically the equivalent of the field order of Call of Duty Ghosts. You get something in this pack, whether it's an extra perk, sometimes you can get a gun. Something new that they've added to Advanced Warfare is the Pick 13 system. They basically mimicked what Treyarch did in Black Ops 2, and they have advanced it a little bit more. It's Advanced Warfare. But now, instead of being able to, you know, have certain kill streaks that do certain things, now you're able to customize kill streaks. And what I mean by this is, as he was explaining it, And from the beginning of the video where you see the rocket that spiraled down, I'm pretty sure that you can change the orientation of the rocket of what it shoots, this and that, because I know that's just not set in stone of what this rocket can do. It could probably be just one big rocket. You can actually have a turret, right, a remote turret, and you can carry it, and you can have it shoot rockets, or you can have it be a sentry, you can have it turn in 360 view. You can make it have heavy resistance from gunfire, or whatever the case is. Certain stuff like this, it adds to the score streak of what it costs to get it. Certain points that you have to get in order to get this kill streak. That is something that I'm glad that they have added into this game. Being able to have complete control over your kill streaks and what they do is something that I've been wanting them to add for a very, very long time. I've had ideas of this for a very, very long time. Now let's move on to the perks. First up, we have toughness, reduce flinch when shot. This is making a reappearance. Then we have scavenger with a new look. Start off with extra magazines and resupply from dead bodies. Then we have blast suppressor. You don't show up on the minimap when using exo movements. Basically, your dash, your jump. You show up on the minimap for this perk. You do not. Moving on to peripherals, increase minimap coverage, and when you take out enemies, you don't show up. Blind eye, you're basically undetectable tracking device on drones and stuff like that. With cold-blooded, you're immune to anything that the player can use as far as thermal sights and stuff. Fast hands, you basically reload faster, use abilities faster. Gun ho, you can fire while sliding and sprinting. I'm liking the new variety of the perks and what they're trying to add into the game thus far. Moving on to lightweight, you all know what that is. Then you have low profile. You're invisible to UAVs and tracking rounds. Of course, we have danger close for all the noob tubes and rocket launcher people. Then we have a new ability or a new perk. We have overcharge. It extends your exo ability battery life and shocks enemies on impact of a boost slam. Then we have flak jacket, which they didn't show what it does. I don't know if it does anything new or not, or if it's just the same old perk. Next up, we're going to be talking about a new feature, the virtual firing range. It's something that's new in Advanced Warfare, obviously. You can hop into this from any point in the game, as long as you're not in a multiplayer game, as they were talking about. You can test out weapons and attachments and certain sights to see what you like. You can test out certain varieties of certain guns, whether it's assault rifles, SMGs, energy weapons. This is something that can get you comfortable with a gun quicker than having to jump into a match. With the virtual lobby, you can see what certain players look like and their perks and stuff. So you can basically see what a player is using and how the player looks and what makes that player good. Is this something that will allow people to I guess find out what are the best perks or the best classes quicker? Yeah, it'll allow you to not be such a noob at a game. It'll allow you to see a person that is an elite soldier, I guess, and he has all the good gear and blah blah blah. The virtual lobby, I guess it's a step up from the Call of Duty Ghost lobby, where you can kind of scroll over from somebody's gamer tag. You can see the person. It's basically the same thing as that, but it's just a little bit more immersed. Moving on to the creator operator, which is the same thing as create a soldier. You can basically create a soldier from scratch, whether it's visors or sunglasses. You can even have shirts on underneath the exosuit. This is something that's new in the Call of Duty franchise. You can even have loadouts, a special loadout that if you don't want to go through and customize your character fully, you can just pick a certain loadout and they'll allow you to, I guess, save some time. Now with the supply drops, as I said before, this is the equivalent to the Battlefield franchise battle pass. You get certain things, whether or not you get all three, I'm not sure. I think you do. I think they would just show you and have you pick. But with the supply drops, you get a gun, some gear, attachment, a perk maybe. This is something that hopefully, they have certain levels of it. If you can complete this challenge, if you can get 10 headshots in one game, or if you can get 20 headshots in one game, you get the ultimate supply pack. That's something that will allow players to, I guess, play a little bit harder and I guess not camp as much. Moving on to the multiplayer map, first we have Defend. This is one of the maps that they've shown. A map that is based in San Francisco next to the Golden Gate Bridge. This is the map with the Levolution, where it's like a big tsunami to come. You got Biolab, a map based around, of course, a science lab. You have Riot, a map based around a prison. And there's certain turrets or sentries that can spot players that you can take over, which is right there. Then you have Ascend, which is basically a missile silo, advanced missile silo. And of course we have our returning game modes. We have our Capture the Flag, Team Deathmatch, Hardpoint, which was first introduced in Black Ops 2, Domination, and there are 2 other game modes that they announced, one of them being Uplink, the other one being Momentum. I will talk about that in my next video. This is the pre-order bonus that they announced, better than all other pre-order bonuses, so they say. You can pick up the game 24 hours early and get double XP for that day only if you reserve the game at local retailers. But if this video has helped you out in any type of way, definitely hit that like button for more videos. Subscribe to your boy Base, and I'll see you on the next video.